This video is to showcase Newfoundland and Labrador's only manufacturer of prescription lenses, First Choice Vision Centre. Their manufacturing facility is located at their headquarters in Stephenville, which services their 9 clinics and 3 satellite locations across the province. There are 2 types of surfacing, conventional and digital freeform. Today we will show you First Choice's digital surfacing process. After the patient is dispensed, their job is submitted electronically to the First Choice lab. The job ticket automatically prints in the data entry area, where it is then put into a tray. The lenses are then selected based on the information provided by the job ticket. Each job is scanned at each stage of the manufacturing process. The scan allows the surfacing equipment to retrieve the necessary data. The scan also updates the job tracking system. This allows other locations to track the status of their jobs via the internet. For digital freeform lenses, the lenses are marked to identify the distance, intermediate, and add power locations of the lens. The markings are added based on hidden laser engravings in the blank lens. To protect the front of the lens throughout the surfacing process, the lens is covered with a plastic film. The plastic coating is applied to the lens by a machine that presses the lens into the stretched plastic. Prior to being surfaced, the lens must be blocked. The lens blocking machine uses alloy to adhere the block to the protected front surface of the lens, so the prescription can be surfaced on the back side of the lens. The alloy used is made up of many metals, such as tin, aluminum, and lead. The blocker injects the alloy between the lens and the block, and then the machine uses a built-in chiller ring to cool the alloy. During this process, the machine heats the alloy to a temperature of 117 degrees Celsius. There is a short wait time for the blocker and lens to cool before moving to the next process. The digital surfacing process, freeform, is much more sophisticated. As the lens spins, the cutting point tracks across the lens, similar to how a phonograph needle passes across a record. The lens surface is cut point by point according to the surface map that is produced by the freeform software. Each surface map is unique and is based on the job's inputs. The first cut is known as the rough cut. This is done by the roughing diamond cutter. This tool leaves a rough surface on the lens. The second cut is called the finish cut. This cut is performed by a smaller diamond cutter. This is a much slower process when compared to the rough cut. The finished cut creates the lens that has a smooth surface that is ready to be polished. This polishing machine uses a special polish, combined with a polishing cloth that is a rayon and polyester blend. To polish the lens, the machine applies 4 pounds of pressure and alternates between polishing and buffing the lens. This machine polishes and buffs from the center to the outer ring of the lens. The block is then removed by tapping it from the front surface of the lens. Once the block has been removed from the lens, it is placed in a reclaimed tank where the alloy can be recovered and used again. The polished lens is now ready to be checked. This process involves checking the lens on a lensometer to ensure it has the correct prescription and thickness. Once the lens has passed the quality control check, a scratch-resistant or anti-reflective coating can be applied if requested. This tracing machine traces the frames with laser precision to be able to cut the lens to fit the frame. A plastic block is then placed back onto the lens. The block must be placed correctly to ensure the lens is edged on axis with the correct PD. After the frame has been traced and the lens blocked, the edger will cut the lens to shape. There are two types of edging. First, a wired bottom frame. Second, a full plastic or metal rim frame. After the lenses have been fit into the frame, they go through the checkout process once again to ensure they are on axis and have the correct PD. Finally, the completed job goes to the cleanup station, where any lens markings are removed before the lenses and frames are cleaned and prepared for shipping. Then, one last check to confirm the specs are correct on this pair of spectacles, and that's how it's made. This video is made possible with the support from Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency and the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador.